It is saying I'm muted. No, I'm not. Okay, perfect. Hello, hello. Hey there, Valerie Walton here, coming to you live from the suburbs of Washington, D.C., where you can always find me at valeriewalton.com as well. I am on today because I want to chat with you a little bit about lead generation for your network marketing business, your MLM, your affiliate marketing, even a traditional brick and mortar business. Maybe you're here online because you were looking for ways to find the right kinds of customers for what it is that you offer. And before you could get the person to be a customer, they have to be a lead first. So I want to talk about what that means and why you may not be generating the lead. Give me 1 second here because I need to make a duplicate of this tab. That way I can update you guys with the stuff that you're going to need in the description box to follow along. Okay, hold on a sec. All right, cool. And also just doing a mic check real quick here as well. Give me 1 second. Yep, okay, perfect. All right, so first things first, let's make sure that we're all on the same page about what a lead is in the first place, and then we can get into why you're not getting them. Okay, so a lead, write this down. A lead is a person from your target audience, right, who has found you online or you found them, either way. But this is a person who expresses an interest in what you're doing, what you post about, your activities. They're expressing an interest, and they have given you a means to communicate with them, whether it is their email address, and that's typically what I tend to talk about is generating email leads, right? But it can be their email info that they give you. It could be their telephone number that they give you. It could even just be right there on social media in the DMs, right? So that could be on Facebook, Instagram, that kind of thing. That is a lead. Now, if you are having trouble finding the right people to talk to about your business, more than likely it is because you don't even know who you're trying to talk to. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that you watching me right now might not be the case for you, but 9 times out of 10, that's exactly what the problem is. I've coached too many people for too long to not know that this is one of the top reasons why a person's not generating leads. And it all has to do with how clear and how defined their target audience is, their customer avatar, their ideal customer, however you want to word it, or whatever you want to call it, but that's what it is. You want to remember something. When you get out here online, this is not about throwing pasta up against the wall to see if it sticks, right? And unfortunately, that's exactly what people do with their posts. They treat their posts like pasta. They throw it up on their Facebook wall, right? And they hope that it sticks. They hope that it gets some traction. They hope that people see it. They hope that people will come and do something, say something, buy something. And that is not the way to build a business. A business is built, a strong business, a business that's going to be sustainable. That is built through strategy, through tracking, right? You're going to need to market your business. You're going to need to make offers every day, but you want to only make the offers to the people that are your actual prospects that you have qualified. And if you're not doing that, you're going to have a lot of trouble online. Okay. So it's also like this. I'll give you a real world example. Remember back in the day when we were in school and we learned how to write letters, right? You had your formal letter, you had your friendly letters, right? And you would start off the letter, dear whomever, right? Dear mom, dear dear Val, whatever, right? And that's the point I want to bring up right there. In the very beginning of the letter, before you ever get to the body of the letter, which is where all the content is, where everything you want to talk about is, before you even get to that, what's at the top again? In that salutation, dear blank. Are you leaving it blank? Right? Are you just saying, dear any and everybody, hello? Like, because if you're doing that, this is why your message isn't getting across. Your letter is not being delivered. It's not getting placed in the right hands of the right people because nobody knows who you're talking to. including you. And that's why you didn't fill in who you're talking to. This, once you know that, right? When you know that person you're talking to, that's you defining your target audience. That is you getting much clearer on, who you're trying to connect with online. Okay. And so right now, as we speak, we're actually going into a bonus hour inside of a workshop, a 3-day workshop that we're doing right now. I'm doing with a team of other coaching friends of mine. We all get together every 6 to 8 weeks, and we host these workshops where in 72 hours, a person can learn how to start generating leads, having conversations with those leads, so that in the conversation, they can qualify those leads and then make an offer where they do not get rejected. And instead they get a yes, which closes into a sale. That is what we're showing people how to do. And they're learning it in 72 hours. Just today, we've only done the first 6 hours of it, right? Well, yeah, the first 6 hours of it. And people are already starting to generate leads. Why not you? Imagine if you could generate leads within just hours of hanging with me and my crew, right? Being a part of this tribe. That is my life mission right now. I want to focus on helping you get what you want, get what you need for your business to grow. Your business won't grow if you don't make any money. And your business can't make any money without any customers. And you'll never get customers if you don't first get leads, right? And it's very simple. You can, oh, my husband's on, hello. You're going to be able to appreciate this. We were just talking about this. You can generate leads for free. Anybody telling you that you need to put money into getting leads is lying to you. You don't have to do that. That is not the best way. As a matter of fact, one of the best ways for you to generate leads is organically, especially if you're starting out and you're not already generating leads. If you want to go into like paid ads and stuff like that, when you're working inside of my community, you're working with my tribe, I don't start you off with that because that's a whole other skill set. Doing paid ads or going to agencies for ads, for leads and stuff. I don't do that. I like to focus on building relationships with people. And the reason why is because that's where the revenue is. The revenue is in the relationship, right? If I can connect with another human being on a deeper level than your average superficial, hey, how you doing? Right? Oh, nice weather we're having. If I can connect with somebody just below the surface level, that's good enough right there, right? But the deeper I go, the deeper the connection, the stronger the connection, the better experience both of us are going to have, right? And so if I can have that connection with them where I'm impacting them in some way, in some positive way, the income is in that impact. It is not in all this outside stuff. It's going to be coming from you, knowing that you and you alone is enough to provide more than enough value to a person for them to be willing to buy things from you. It is not going to come from an outside thing. It's going to come from you first. And this is why I love using social media to market on. Because first and foremost, if you're going to be marketing to people, it's required, right? You can't market to people without getting social. If you're going to market, you got to speak up. You got to have something to say, right? Who am I talking to if I don't want to get social? I'll be talking to myself. I'll be standing in the mirror. So I don't want to do that, right? I'm trying to get out here and market to whom? My people, my tribe, my targeted audience, right? And what do you do with a target, right? If you're playing darts or you got bows and arrows or whatever, child, you doing archery, cool. I don't know what you do. I would love to do that though. Anyway, so, right, you get handed a handful of darts and what are you trying to hit? You're trying to hit the target, yes. But the person that gets closest to the bullseye wins, right? So when you're defining your target audience, it's nice to have the target. That's nice, but it's even better when you get so specific, so zoomed in, so laser focused on exactly who you want to help that you have a bullseye. The bullseye audience is who you're really trying to reach, not just the target, but the bullseye. And the great thing about that is if you zero in on a very specific audience, you're not going to miss out on anything, right? Because now, just like when you write that letter and it says, dear so-and-so, and you actually have the person you're talking to, and it goes straight into the right person's hands, and they get the value out of everything that you said to them in that letter. And now they want to write you back. And now you're starting a relationship. That is what you're looking to do with your business, right? This is how you're going to start getting the leads. You have to first start with, who is it exactly that I want to talk to, and I want to work with, and I want to be able to offer my products and services to? Who is that? You will not get any further in your business until you sit your butt down, roll your sleeves up, and do this work. There is no getting around it. If you try to get around it, you are going to find yourself stuck repeatedly. And you're going to be like, I don't understand. This isn't working. I'm going to tell you why it's not working. You didn't do the one simple task of figuring this out. And this is fundamental. This is foundational. Without it, you can't build on top. That's it. So before you do anything, whether it's paid or free, all right, before you do anything, who's your target audience? Who are you speaking to? And when you're defining the target audience, there are two things to look at. Most folks will only tell you, right, to create your customer avatar and do it based on the demographic. That's only half the battle. You don't just need to focus on the demographic, right? And the demographic would be, you know, their age, their gender, their location, their education, stuff like that, right? And that's nice, but there's more. And if you don't have what this more is, if you don't have this missing piece of the puzzle, you're not going to close a sale, because this missing piece of the puzzle is what causes people to say yes to buying. Oh, snap. You want to know what it is? So it's not just the demographic that you need to think about when you're defining your target audience. It is also the psychographic. It's what's going on in here for your target audience, not just out here, not just their location, not just what they look like, not just their education, but what's going on here. What are their values? What are their thoughts, their beliefs? What are some of the situations that they're going through in life right now that has brought them to this point that they now need you? What's that? You gotta define this. You have to figure this out. And again, we go very heavy into this on the very first day of that 72-hour workshop. Okay, well, I shouldn't call it a 72-hour workshop. You're not with us for 72 hours. You're with us for 3 days, but we do let you, go to bed. Okay, so so there's that. But as you're figuring that out, as you're getting clarity on that, right? I give this example all the time. If I were in weight loss, right? I don't really need to lose much weight right now, maybe a couple pounds, because I do want to get rid of a couple inches off my waist. But other than that, I'm in pretty good shape. I would like to think, right? Is my husband still on? What you think? Okay. So anyway, I don't really need to lose a lot of weight. I'm not out here talking about, oh, look at me, I lost 70 pounds. That's not me. I've never been 70 pounds overweight. Never happened. Okay. So I can't go out here and deliver that message, right? My target audience would not be that audience. Because if I try to do that anyway, if I try to pretend and say, oh yeah, look at me, I lost all this weight, when that's not true, now what kind of business am I building? What kind of integrity do I have? There is none. Nobody wants that, right? You don't want that. They don't want that. People want somebody that they can relate to. And if you can't relate to people looking to lose 70 pounds, then that ain't your target audience. Pretty simple, right? But for me, if I were offering weight loss, I would think about the psychographic. I wouldn't just think about demographic, right? I would think about the type of person that I was at a point in my life when I did need to lose some weight, right? So only time I can really think about is after I had my kids. So I have a child, you know, your body goes through all these changes. And of course, you gained weight. Now, after having a child, oh, baby, so cute, love it. Okay, great. But I would definitely like to also go back to me, right? I want to go back to being me again. I want to feel like myself again. I want to feel beautiful again, feel like I'm in my own skin again. And so that would be my target audience. Moms, just like myself, you know, who are new moms and they're looking to go back to their pre-baby weight. That is a very defined, clear, specific target audience. And why are these new moms looking to lose weight? Because they too want to get their sexy back, right? They too want to go back to feeling like themselves, right? Just because they've become a mom does not mean that they want to lose their identity and lose all the things that they know about themselves and the things that they really like about themselves. And they don't feel like themselves when they've got all this extra loose weight and skin, right? And so that would be my target audience because I've paid attention to the demographic, their moms, and also the psychographic, that they've just had a baby. They love that, but they also want to still have their own identity. They want to get back to themselves. They want to feel beautiful, sexy again. See, all of that is psychographic. Okay. So if you're doing that, you'll be able to get a very clearly defined audience. And once you have that clearly defined audience, now you know who you're speaking to in your letter. Dear moms, right? Dear new moms. I know who I'm talking to. Dear new moms looking to go back to who they were, right? That is defined. That now I can send my letter out, right? My post is what I'm talking about. I can send that content out to the right people because now I can pay attention to where new moms hang out on social media. So I'm not talking to any and everybody, hoping, wishing, and praying for the best. Now I'm building a business because now I have a strategy and now I can track what I'm doing, track the numbers. See, now that I'm going on social media, I can go and I can start creating posts speaking specifically to those new moms. I can go and look for the right new mom groups where women are talking about, hey, do you have any tips on how I can lose my fupa? Right? That whole thing. And now I can get into those groups and start engaging with them and having conversations with them and telling them my history and what happened with me. And oh my gosh, it's been a long time ago, but I remember what it feels like. See, it's the emotional attachment that is going to be the determining factor in whether a person says yes or no to buying something. And it's always that. It is always that. I know we like to consider ourselves very savvy, very conscientious consumers. We do our research, right? We say that and we believe that even, but that's not true. What makes you pick the thing up off the shelf, put it on the conveyor belt to get rung up is an emotional attachment to it. When you picked up that particular product, out of all the other similar products that were up there on the shelf, you chose it based on how you believe it will make you feel. The feeling you're going to get from the experience of purchasing that product, that service, that solution. That's why we buy. And so if you never establish a way for you to build an emotional connection with another human being that you are hoping to buy from you, they won't buy from you because you never built the connection. And you cannot build the connection until you know who the person is that you want to target and what they're going through, what emotions they are feeling, and the thoughts that they are thinking. If you can't do that, or you're unwilling, you will struggle in your business. You don't have to. And you won't if you're working with me. So what I would recommend is that you get on my newsletter by simply going to valeriewalton.com, right? Right now, my website is under construction. And so the very first thing that you will see, the only thing that you're going to see right now is an invitation for you to get on my newsletter. Do that. Do that. It's free. And you can continue getting more great tips from me. I will also share with you any upcoming events, workshops that I personally will be holding, or my team of friends that are coaches will be hosting. You missed this workshop. It's okay. We've got one last chance for you in 2021 to prove that you're not all talk, to prove that you're not full of BS to yourself, not to me, I don't care, but to prove to yourself that you are committed. You're committed to you. You are worthy. You are valuable enough to get out here and get some results before this year is done, and not throw in the towel now when you still have 2 more months left, 2 whole months left to get moving, rocking and rolling, building the momentum and getting the results that you desire. You can do it, and you can start doing this stuff for free. You can get out here on social media, which is a free platform, to start talking to folks, which is free to talk, so that you can close sales. Oh my God. Easy peasy, Georgia Wheezy. What you doing? Okay. So make sure that you do this. I want you to take notes. Hopefully you've taken notes from what I've shared with you today. Go back and review those notes and really start sitting down to think about, where were you? Where were you in your life just before you found the solution that you're now looking to share with other people? Where were you just before you found your network marketing company as the solution? Where were you just before you found your product, or your favorite product, or your favorite services that you now want to offer to other people? Where were you? And think about, the pain that you were feeling, or the frustration, or the overwhelm, or the feeling of loneliness, trying to figure out a solution, and then boom, finally you find it. Because that's typically where your target audience is. They are you just before you found the solution. And see, this will make it so much easier for you to be able to talk to them, because you know what they're going through. You get it. And when you talk to them, they will feel that from you. They will feel, oh my gosh, yes, Val really does get me, because she's had kids, so she knows what this is like. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. That's what you want to do too. All right. So if you haven't done it yet, go ahead and make sure that you go and sorry, we got some work going on in the house. Make sure that you go to ValerieWalton.com to get on my newsletter. And then also make sure you go to ValerieWalton.com/level1 to get the details on the next upcoming workshop, so that you'll be able to join us in December. And that's going to be the last time for this year. I don't know what the schedule is going to look like in 2022, but why would you want to wait? Why would you want to wait? You got 2 whole months. And if people are already getting leads in the first 5 or 6 hours, why can't you get leads between now and the end of the year? Like, it's crazy, right? Okay, well, there you go. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you've got any additional questions, let me know. I can always come back and expound further on some of the concepts that I shared with you today. But if you want the tangible steps, you really need to pull out a piece of paper and write down a list. Write down a list of the things that somebody who has the problem that you solve with your services and or products has. Write it down. Right? So if you got weight loss products, what do those weight loss products help this person to do besides lose the weight? And what is the benefit of that? Once they've lost the weight, how will this person feel? How are they expecting to feel? That's what you want to write down. So just like in my example, a new mom who loses that pre-baby weight will be able to feel like herself again. She gets to feel more in control, more empowered, because she knows her identity and she is feeling more beautiful, more sexy. Women like to feel like that, right? So that is the benefit of her accomplishing the goal, right? Having the solution of losing weight. That's the success behind what she gets, right? That's the success that comes after she's embraced the solution that I have to offer her. You see that? So that's what you want to start writing down too. What is the problem that this person has, and how are they thinking and feeling about that problem? What is the solution that you provide in your own unique way? And then what is the success? What is the emotional impact that is going to be on this person once they have that solution from you. If you can start writing these things down, it will make it easier for you to go out here online and start generating leads, because now you know who you're talking to, and it makes it easier for you to know what to say, right? And maybe I'll make this a 2-part series, and I'll come back and I'll talk about what to say, right? Now that you're clear on the target audience, how do you get out here and generate that lead through the post? Like, exactly what kind of a post can you put out now? Because you will put out a post that has a call to action, right? So that people will raise their hand and say, yes, I want you to contact me. I want that. See, now you're not chasing people down. You're not popping in people's inboxes with scripted messages. Now people are coming to you saying, oh my gosh, please, do you have any more of that stuff we were talking about? Oh my gosh, please, is there any more space on your team for me? That's what you want. You want people coming to you. You want them banging your doors down, child. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So meet me back here tomorrow, because I almost forgot today's Friday. Meet me, not tomorrow, meet me back Monday live at 5, and I'll be happy to break that down for you as well. All right. So thanks so much for hanging out with me these past 30 minutes, and I will see you Monday live at 5.